How's it going, guys? This is Twister and today I'm back with another GTA Online video, and this one is going to be of the adversary mode that I think is finally a good adversary mode that we've got in GTA, and this one is Drop Zone. This was previously the newest adversary mode that we got. I think this was in the January update when we got to customize the Sultan RS and the 900R. We also got this adversary mode, which is Drop Zone, and I think this is probably the best adversary mode that we've got in GTA, and I think it's finally great. We've got a proper good adversary mode out of all the other adversary modes in the game. That I think some of them are good, some of them are not so good, other ones could have been so much better than they really are, but I think finally we've got a really good mode, and this one is Drop Zone. So this is a 16-player adversary mode, which is the first and only 16-player adversary mode that we've ever had, so that's a positive in itself. And I just think this adversary mode makes for some brilliant matches, even in random lobbies, and I think this could be, it even has the potential to be such a great competitive mode against teams and stuff. Now, if GTA ever was a competitive game, this would suit it really well, because you've got up to 4 teams, even though I think it probably works better with 2 teams. Not really a big fan of having 3 or 4 teams in this mode, but it is quite fun nonetheless. But I just think it's a really good competitive mode. You've got an objective to it, obviously the capture zone right in the middle where you all parachute down towards, but you've got strategy towards it as well, because obviously you don't just want the full team running towards the capture zone. You got to try and set up well as a team, and the team that sets up well the most is probably going to end up winning. Now, you'll be seeing in this gameplay that I pretty much just ignore the objective and try and go for as many kills as possible, which isn't always the best idea in any type of objective game mode, but in this one it definitely does work well, especially when you've got other teammates that are willing to go for the objective. You kind of want to give your own team a bit of balance, so I've noticed that I've got 2 guys in the objective already, so there's no point me running in there as well. I've got to try and defend those guys by killing all the enemies, and the whole dynamic of actually parachuting in, I think that in itself is absolutely fantastic. It just gives you a way of strategically trying to place yourself on the map, obviously by doing that yourself, rather than everyone spawning at one point and trying to run in the same direction. You all parachute in and pick different places to land and different places to set up as a team, and if you coordinate those effectively, you're going to have the drop on the enemies so much better than if you were, you know, obviously all just running into the objective. So yeah, I think this is finally such a good competitive, fun adversary mode that obviously caters for 16 players. None of the other adversary modes do that. Obviously, kind of these modes are more or less meant for a bit of fun, but I think this one kind of goes above and beyond that, and it's definitely a lot of fun to play. And this isn't me saying that all the other adversary modes are bad. I think some of the adversary modes are a lot of fun, like I said, but this mode basically brings what the other modes were lacking in terms of fun factor and all-round good gameplay. This Drop Zone mode is a lot of fun, you know, the parachuting in, strategically placing yourself on the map. Obviously, the weapons you find as well. The weapons you find play a big part in the game, and even the weapons are kind of strategically placed around the map. You've got the snipers on the vantage points, then you've also got the different types of assault rifles and machine guns that you've all kind of got a race to find and pick up first, because the weapons that you pick up are a lot better than what you spawn with. I think you spawn with kind of like the first AK-47 type assault rifle, which is just the real bog standard assault rifle, and you just kind of want to get yourself a better weapon as soon as you can, because you're able to kill people quicker and at longer ranges. So even that also little dynamic of finding your weapons is again another good part that adds to the gameplay itself. So actually just getting on to a couple of tips on this game mode. If you're running with a team and you're kind of trying to coordinate yourself, you're probably best off having no more than 2 people on the objective. Obviously, if you've only got 1 person on the objective actually scoring points, as soon as they die, you won't be scoring any points anymore, and the enemies are pretty much just free to take that objective. So if you've got 2, it kind of just doubles your chances of being able to rack up more points at a time. So if one of your teammates dies in the objective, the other guy's still alive to carry on continuing scoring points on your team and kind of just be able to defend each other and just be in general harder targets to hit whilst they're in the objective mode. Because when you're on that objective, you're in a super vulnerable position. You're wide out in the open with barely any cover or pretty much no cover at all, you're an easy target for the enemies, so you really got to rely on your teammates to be able to protect you. This comes back to my gameplay. This is what I was doing. I was just trying to be an offensive and aggressive player as much as I can, just kill as many enemies as possible and keep them away from the objective so they can't score points and they can't kill my teammates that are scoring points for me on my team whilst they're in the objective. And obviously you've got the snipers, which you can have if you want at least like one guy maybe with a sniper that can actually just pick off any enemies that are out in the open or any enemies that are in cover that anyone else can't have a decent line of sight or good angle to shoot at. That's always a good idea. Unfortunately, the snipers that spawn are only the standard sniper rifles. It's not the heavy sniper, so it's quite hard to get those one-hit kills unless you're pinpoint accurate and getting them straight in the face. But it's still a good option to have just for those vantage points anyway. The vantage points where the snipers spawn are really good positions just to take up and scope in on the enemies and even just finish them off if need be. So that is pretty much it. That is all I wanted to say for this video on the new Drop Zone game mode. It's a lot of fun. Definitely encourage you guys to try it out if you haven't. Definitely works for a great mode, even if you're playing solo as well. I've been playing these solo and had a lot of fun just playing them, but obviously if you've got a team then you'll probably be able to win every game mode using some of these tips and coordinating yourselves well as a team. So that's pretty much it for this Drop Zone video I wanted to make. But there's also a couple stuff I wanted to mention as well, just briefly. So one of those things is actually, well, it's actually quite an important thing, and that's the fact that I am moving house over the next couple of days. So this is obviously something more personal to talk about rather than just a game mode in GTA. But yeah, it is going to be affecting the channel, and it has already affected the channel over the last couple of days. I just haven't been able to make videos for you guys because we've literally been turning the whole house upside down to be able to pack everything and get ready for the move. And obviously that's also going to take up some of the time over the next couple of days, just getting ready to move house and everything. So just wanted to mention that to you guys. And also when we do move, because this will probably be the last video I'm actually making in my current home, when we do move, I do want to plan on doing a setup video after I've got my setup all kind of ready in the new house. So that's something I plan on doing. So if that's something you want to see, definitely drop a like rating on this video and let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to let you guys know. That's what's happening over the next few days, and that obviously has been happening. The whole process of moving, it's absolutely bonkers. If you can avoid moving house, definitely avoid moving house, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on, all the stuff you need to pack and get prepared for. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just something I wanted to update you guys on. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like rating, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know your thoughts on this Adversary mode. As I mentioned, it is something I've been enjoying quite a bit. So I think this is a really good mode. So try it out if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. See you later, guys.